Hidden deep in the sands of Upper Egypt lies a temple that defies time, logic, and even belief. The Great Temple of Osiris at Abydos is more than stone walls and sacred halls. It is a place where myth and history collide, where gods were worshipped as rulers, and where rulers became gods. For thousands of years, pilgrims traveled across deserts to kneel at this holy site, believing that within its walls lay the key to life, death, and rebirth. But the mysteries of Abydos are not confined to faith alone. Its carvings, its crypts, and its hidden chambers raise questions scholars still struggle to answer. This is the story of the Great Temple of Osiris, an enigma carved in stone, a sanctuary of rituals, and a monument that refuses to reveal all its secrets. To understand Abydos, you must first understand Osiris. In Egyptian mythology, Osiris was more than a god. He was the judge of the dead, the ruler of the underworld, the symbol of rebirth. His myth shaped Egyptian belief for over 3,000 years. Killed by his brother Set, resurrected by his wife Isis, and enthroned as Lord of Eternity, Osiris became the divine promise that death was not the end. And where was his cult center? Abydos. Egyptians believed Abydos was the burial place of Osiris himself, or at least a gateway to his divine tomb. That belief transformed this desert site into one of the holiest pilgrimage centers in the ancient world. For the ancient Egyptians, Osiris represented hope in a world where death was inevitable. His story was not just myth, it was a blueprint for immortality. Every burial, every tomb painting, every funerary text echoed his journey from death to resurrection. Pharaohs sought to embody him in life and unite with him in death, ensuring their reigns would never truly end. Abydos became the beating heart of this eternal faith, a place where the living came to speak with the dead, where gods were remembered, and where eternity itself was carved into stone. From the old kingdom to the new, pilgrims made their way to Abydos in endless streams. They carved prayers into stone, left offerings of bread and beer, and etched their names into walls, seeking to bind themselves eternally to Osiris. For the poor, even sending a small token, an offering vessel, a figurine, a prayer, was enough. To be remembered at Abydos was to be remembered by Osiris himself. For the wealthy and powerful, pilgrimage was more extravagant. Pharaohs built chapels and shrines near the temple, desperate to link their reigns to the eternal god of resurrection. Abydos became not just a temple, but a portal to eternity. The journey itself was sacred. Travelers braved the harsh desert sun and shifting sands, guided by stars and devotion. Each step toward Abydos was a symbolic passage, from the realm of the living to the realm of the dead. Pilgrims believed that by reaching Osiris's holy city, they would share in his divine rebirth. When they arrived, they joined processions, chanting hymns and carrying offerings through the temple's grand halls. The air was thick with incense and faith. To walk those corridors was to walk between worlds, between life, death, and the promise of immortality. The most famous structure in Abydos is the temple built by Seti I, father of Rameses the Great, around 1279 BC. Unlike other temples, it is unique in design. 7 sanctuaries aligned in a row, each dedicated to a different god, with Osiris reigning at the center. Its reliefs are considered some of the finest ever carved, scenes so delicately chiseled that their detail still stuns archaeologists today. The temple's walls show kings offering gifts to the gods, divine rituals of resurrection, and mythic scenes from the Osiris story. But most mysterious is the Abydos king list, a chronological list of Egypt's rulers carved into its walls, stretching back centuries. It's more than history. It's a declaration of divine legitimacy. By carving their names, Seti and Rameses tied themselves to eternity. Each sanctuary corridor, and chamber of Seti's temple was a world of its own. A bridge between gods and men, life and afterlife, time and eternity. Beneath its ceilings, painted with stars and walls glowing with color, priests performed sacred rites meant to awaken divine presence. The air once echoed with chants, drums, and the low hum of prayer, a sound meant to summon Osiris himself from the underworld to bless Egypt once more. Behind Seti's temple lies something even more enigmatic, the Osireion. Unlike the temple's fine reliefs, the Osireion is stark, megalithic, built from massive granite blocks sunk deep into the earth. Some scholars say it symbolized the tomb of Osiris himself. Others see it as a ritual cenotaph, a place representing the underworld. But its architecture puzzles experts. It looks older, different, almost out of place compared to New Kingdom design. Some believe it was deliberately constructed to appear ancient, tying Seti's temple to Egypt's mythic past. Its central hall, surrounded by water channels, may have been a symbolic primeval mound, the place of creation. To enter was to step into the underworld, into the eternal domain of Osiris. Even the air inside felt different, cool, heavy, echoing with silence. The columns rose like giants from dark waters, their reflections shimmering like shadows of eternity. Many who descended into its depths described a feeling of awe, as if stepping into another realm. Some archaeologists believe the water symbolized the Nun, the primordial chaos from which life emerged. To the ancients, the Osireion wasn't just a monument, it was a living map of the cosmos, a sacred bridge between the world of men and the kingdom of gods. Within the temple, rituals were performed to honor Osiris and reenact his myth. Priests staged processions, carrying statues of the god through the sacred halls. Hymns were chanted, incense burned, offerings laid before altars. But the most sacred was the Osiris Passion Play, a dramatic ritual performed at Abydos, depicting Osiris's death, dismemberment, and resurrection. Pilgrims watched as priests embodied gods. Set's betrayal, Isis's mourning, Horus's vengeance, all were played out. For Egyptians, this wasn't theater. It was a divine reenactment, a living myth. To witness it was to experience rebirth alongside Osiris. The temple walls hold carvings that fuel endless debate. In one chamber, overlapping hieroglyphs, formed by ancient recarvings, appear to show strange shapes, outlines resembling helicopters, submarines, even airplanes. Some call it coincidence. Others see evidence of lost knowledge. Though scholars dismiss these as palimpsest hieroglyphs, worn and recarved over time, their resemblance to modern machines has sparked theories of forgotten technology or even ancient visitors. It's a reminder, Abydos holds mysteries that refuse simple answers. Why did Abydos endure for millennia? Because it was more than a temple. It was the promise of eternal life. Every Egyptian longed to be buried near Osiris. Those who couldn't left steles inscribed with prayers. May I travel to Abydos in peace. May I see Osiris. May I live forever. Pharaohs too sought its blessing. From Senusret III to Seti I, kings invested in Abydos, binding their rule to the god of resurrection. To control Abydos was to control not just Egypt, but eternity itself. But time is merciless. With the fall of ancient Egypt, Abydos declined. Sand swallowed temples. Pilgrims ceased their journeys. The rituals fell silent, yet the site never lost its aura. When early explorers uncovered its ruins, they marveled at its artistry. Today, archaeologists still peel back layers of sand, uncovering forgotten chapels, shrines, and tombs. And with every discovery comes more questions. Who truly built the Osireion? Why was Abydos chosen as the resting place of gods? And what secrets still lie buried beneath its sands? Osiris was more than myth. He was the embodiment of the Egyptian obsession with eternity. Through him, death was not the end, but transformation. The temple at Abydos stands as his greatest shrine, a fusion of politics, religion, and myth, where kings sought legitimacy and commoners sought hope. Even today, the Great Temple of Osiris is a reminder that civilizations rise not only on stone and power, but on belief. Walk through its halls today, and the carvings still whisper. Pilgrims carved their names, pharaohs carved their glory, priests carved their rituals, and yet the temple withholds its full story. The Osireion remains a riddle. The inscriptions stir debate. The myths linger, half in shadow, half in stone. The Great Temple of Osiris at Abydos is not just an archaeological site. It is a question carved into history, one that refuses to be answered, one that continues to pull us back across millennia. The temple still stands, weathered yet unbroken. Its stones bear the weight of gods, kings, and countless pilgrims who once believed that eternity could be touched. Perhaps that is its greatest secret, that even in the face of death, humanity has always searched for something beyond. And in Abydos, they found it, in the God who conquered death, in the temple that still holds his silence, in the mystery that even time cannot erase.